Gentleman from Idaho is recognized for 2 minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I rise today in support of H.R. 1526. I want to thank Chairman Hastings and the ranking member for all their work that they have done on this bill. And today I specifically rise in support of Title IV of H.R. 1526, which I originally introduced as H.R. 1294, the Self-Sufficient Community Lands Act. Thank you, Mr. Chairman Hastings, for recognizing the importance of this issue and including it in your bill. In Idaho and much of the West, the economies of rural communities once relied upon the timber industry for job creation and tax revenues. Over the last several decades, extreme environmentalists have hindered the ability to develop timber from our public lands through litigation. In fact, timber harvests have declined more than 80% over the last 30 years. Counties that were once dependent upon timber receipts to fund schools, roads, and daily operations find themselves desolate and broke. In 2000, when the federal government operated with a budget surplus, and in order to compensate for the decline in timber receipts, as everybody knows, Congress passed the Secure Rural Schools and Community Self-Determination Act. These payments were supposed to be phased out over time to allow counties to diversify their local economies. However, last year alone, 35 of Idaho's 44 counties received SRS payments, totaling over $26 million. While Congress has continually reauthorized this funding, we are still fighting the same issues about multiple use on public land while leaving our counties in limbo. To solve this problem, I introduced H.R. 1294. This legislation empowers counties to generate much-needed revenue by turning over management of federal forests to local and state officials who are best equipped to make these important management decisions rather than bureaucrats in Washington. It is time to permanently provide our counties with a solution which would create jobs, generate tax receipts for the counties, and improve forest health. In a time of record receipts and record deficits, it is time that we stop kicking the can down the road, start working toward a solution. Our country continues to spend billions.
I yield the gentleman additional 30 seconds.
Gentleman's additional 30 seconds.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our country continues to spend billions of dollars on this program instead of fixing the problem. Traditional rural timber communities have been operating in an environment of uncertainty for decades, and many public lands in western states have been inaccessible due to federal policies and litigation. It is time we find a long-term solution to help our counties. I urge my colleagues to support H.R. 1526, and Mr. Chairman, I yield the remainder of my time.
Gentleman yields. Gentleman from Washington reserves. Gentleman